Okay, hi guys. Last day of qualifying, rookie with SOB. I practiced in the first round when I didn't get much going, and then in the second round I actually got drops on 1 and 2, and unfortunately had a disconnect, and then I timed out like a moron on hole 7, I think it was, or 6. So I bogeyed out, was able to not qualify barely with a -7. I was the first cut. So here we are. So this first hole I'm playing big topper, sort of yellow in the corner of the rough like that. 4-2. We'll say that's about +5. And I'm going to play it in mid 1-7 because we're not in the max. I'm pulling back a bit. And I'm going to play almost half a ball of curl here and make sure I don't hit it into overpower.
Perfect shot.
And hopefully this will take us to one of our distances that we've got down here. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Okay, so 329. So at 332 we hit, and at 331. So 331. I've got max plus 0.2. Okay, so 331 max plus 0.2. We're a little further, so we might play max plus 0.3. We'll take a look at it. Alright, let's see here. So I'm not playing any wind arrow. Let's put the 3-5 in. So I might play about 3 rings here. So I'm going to play all the right. Let's see what this looks like. This is the one I dropped the other day. I'm sort of going at it like this. If this doesn't work for me, I'm going to go back to the straight on shot just because it's a little easier.
Perfect shot.
Okay, good. So that looks like the good shot there. So max right with 3 back. You know, so for this club I'm playing, so max from 329, that was, I hit max plus 0.3. From 331 I hit max plus 0.2. And from 332 I hit max plus 0.2. So we'll write that in and we'll go to the next. Okay, so for this hole here, I'm going to use backbone and I'm going to use a marlin. And what I did yesterday is I kept underplaying it, so I overplayed a huge amount on purpose and actually got the drop, had plus 40, so which to me seems like such a huge overplay. But I'll try and do the same exact thing and see if it works. Okay, so how I did it is I went basically 4.5 back with no spin at first, okay, like that. And see that glitchy thing? So when you get that glitch there, now push a little bit ahead where it's not there, and the clear line is sort of in the middle of the fringe there. Now what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna play 4.5, and I'm gonna add a sliver left. And 3-8 is 3-3. Give this a whirl.
Perfect shot.
It's still wet left.
Nice on.
Okay, I'm a touch left, so that means I pulled a touch too much. This hole is frustrating because this hole is going to be the one that you have to hit on Sunday or Saturday in the last round. This is going to be a must-hit hole. So that's sort of frustrating, actually. I was sort of rushed to shoot. I'm going to check my replay to make sure I was aligned in my ball was aligned. Okay, so let's take a look at the replay here and see. So 3-8 plus 40 would have been 3-3. Can't see our line for whatever reason. So now we added the sliver left, 4.5. Okay, that 3-3 even could have been a 3-2 maybe.
Perfect shot.
That looked fine to me, so I'm not sure. So more work to do on that hole. I did get it with this same shot in the last round, except I had a lower wind. Okay, so hole 3. This one's pretty straightforward for this account. We'll just play Titan. So if you don't have good clubs on it, which like I do, I have a Sniper 7, and which is a little better. But if you're lower level clubs, you can use the big dog. The big dog shot's about 2 topspin, roughly on the second shot. There's my cat. Can't close doors around here. The cat will go crazy. Oh, relax, bud. So 4-1 this way, power 3. Take all this shit off. So something like that. I don't want to go too far. So I'm going to play a 2.1 because we're pulling back a bit.
Perfect shot.
Go away. All right, so 342. Okay, so we drove 342. Let's see what we're at here. So I'd like to be about something like that. So 2, 3. Let's get this in first. So I'm pushing up roughly 2 rings there. Okay, so I'm going to play my 2.6. I'm going to try and straighten this out and pull up 2 rings. See how this works out.
Perfect shot.
Looking pretty good. All right. Wow, so that's very unexpected. So you can see what happened there is when I stretched out 2 rings, I was a bit below the hole, which is what you want because your wind effect going up is going to push you a little bit. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that that was genius. I mean, it's you know, lucky to get a drop here, but at least that'll get you close to the hole. So again, if you have a big dog though, if you can't play the sniper shot, the big dog shot's about, you know, 2 roughly topspin and same sort of thing. You're just trying to get the weight. It's more luck than anything. So we'll write that in. 342 was just max with arrow. Push up. Okay. this hole 4, I'm gonna, let's see, I was thinking of trying of something here. I tried to play a QB rough bump and went through the hole on the first round. Then I've been playing the Guardian shot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the Guardian in case I play that. But I'm gonna put a rocket in, and I'm gonna see, because the rocket only has 204 yards of power. And one of the problems when I had the QB is I was right in the minimum. So the QB has more than this. This has a good ball guide, 4.2. So we're gonna see, and I need, we'll play with a katana to make sure we get the side spin. And I'm gonna give this one last shot, I think. I think this rough bump plays harder from rookie than it does from expert. Anyway, we'll give it a go. So we'll get our Guardian in just in case, and we're going to get our rocket in. If you have a rocket 10, you might be able to play a backspin shot. I'm not quite sure about that, maybe. Power 2 ball. I got kind of close on the last time I tried the Guardian, so, but this is the one that's going to go in if anything ever goes in. So look, yeah, I'd have to have a power 0 ball or something, so I'm not going to do that. So I've got red ring to rough, 4 down, 2 left, max with arrow, so 4 down, 2 left, red ring to rough, over on this side here. And I'm going to play right of the hole and hope that I get a little. So I'm going to aim there at that dark square. So 2, 6 with the Guardian. 5. I'm going to play it about 1, 7 because I didn't put the wind arrow in. Oops. One fucking time again. My usual.
Perfect shot.
Oh, close. So
Nice on.
let's see here. So it was red ring. If I put the arrow in, where would we have been? So 2, 6. And it was, what was it, sort of like this? And I played it 1, 7, 1, 6. So that means I would have, that makes sense. I would have pulled it a touch too far maybe. So I think I might change that to 4 down, 3. And I think it depends on your Guardian as well. What did I have? 4 down. No, I might just leave that 4 down. Maybe let's go 4.5 down. Fuck it. 4.5 down, 2 left. Let's try that now. With that line. So you can see that I brought it over. I was playing that at least 2, like a 1.5 or 2 green squares over to the right. Okay, so on this hole here, we are going to take the right side. I would prefer at all everything to be left side, but it looks like the easiest play in rookie is right side. I think I finally found a shot in expert to get down on the left side. That was semi-consistent anyway. It's just the hole out is so much easier from the left. But this shot here, because of that wind and the lower level clubs, I think the way to go is on the right for rookie. Because even with a low level extra mile, you can blast down the right here as long as you have a power 3 or something like that. Like he's got a Thor's 1. He's almost reaching with a white ball, and you just want to blast it off the pad. And ideally, I'd like to be in that shadow of the tree on the right. That's the plan.
Perfect shot.
And so this is not a good spot to be because of that tree there. Okay, so I would say about maybe 2 2 OP, something like that, maybe around there. So I'm going to play this 1-5. There's a little elevation from the tee here, but I'll just add 0.1. I'm going to play a touch of curl, not much, and I'm going to try and play 2 rings OP here.
Perfect shot.
Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, so what's our distance here? Is 353. I think it was 349 was my drop. Okay, so yeah, 349 was max minus 0.3. So, okay, so we're 353, so we're 4 yards further, which is 8%. So we'll play 92% and take off 0.3, max right. Okay.
Great shot.
That was a good shot. I didn't think he was going to get on the green from around the green from where he was. Okay, so here we go. We're going to play, so 2-8 at 92%, which is still 2.1, so we're going to play 1.8, all the right, and see if what we need here. So probably, maybe not even, maybe a touch of the top. This is sort of what it looked like when we dropped it. Wow. I fucking hit that in the fucking perfect zone. I knew when I went left to right, and I hate hitting left to right. And I knew when I left it, I was chancing it. Anyway. Well, we get another crack at it. I did this yesterday too. I timed out and then nailed it. Oh well. It's my own thing. I always leave it to the fucking last second. I get what I deserve. Alright, so we'll do this all over. So 92%. So the wind's higher this time, so we'll play 3 rings. All the right, a touch at top. Of course, the wind's a little bit higher than the wall. Okay. Certainly not going to run out of time this time.
Perfect shot.
So, there we go. So the adjustment's good. Unfortunately, we had the timeout, but at least we salvaged the drop. Good for the notes, and we'll go on to the next. By the way, the key thing on that shot is the right spin. Going from the right side and down the hill is very glitchy. So just keep in mind that I'm playing as much, right. That was, you'll have to check it out, maybe 4 right spins, something like that. But on a Titan, it was all I could get on a spin 2 ball. Okay, so hole 6, we're gonna play a big top and katana. So I've hit this one from 368 and left it on the edge from 361 at 1-to-1. And at 368 was 14%. Okay. So hopefully we can get down to that distance. I got the same guy again. I wonder if he'll forfeit for me. I doubt it. Okay, so I'm putting the yellow ring to rough, aiming right down the middle. Let's say something like that. Big topper, 4-5 with the wind arrow. We'll play max 2-2. I don't mind pulling it a little extra back here because the last thing I ever want is to clip the rough, because you can see there is a touch of elevation there.
Perfect shot.
Alright, so let's see where this takes us. Should be around 365, somewhere in there, 364. So 364. I wonder if I just missed that. I think I screwed up my, maybe I screwed up the video. I'm not sure I got that last hole in or not. I've lost track. If you missed it, I hit the Alba on 6 from 364. Playing with the arrow at 364 was 3 down, 1 right,
Nice on.
minus 0.1. So 360, like just put the wind arrow in, and it was minus 0.1. I hope I didn't miss that. Anyway, so here I'm gonna play about 5.5-ish. You gotta sort of offset here, so I'm gonna play about there with the ball guide just getting over onto the, almost onto that dark square there. I'm gonna go 3-8 with the wind arrow. Min minus or plus 0.1, so I'm gonna play 1.6. That looked almost more like 1.7 to me.
Perfect shot.
Okay, so just missed. So what we have to do is our line up there, so it was on, almost on that dark square and almost just coming over the fringe. I like the weight of it. So what we have to do is just get that a little more left into that lighter looking square, I guess. Okay, I'm just going to show the replay on 6. I think I messed up the video, so I hit my drive, my big topper to 364. And here, so you can see the sniper shot here. So 3 down and 1 to the right, I think. Yeah, so 3 down, 1 right. Okay, and just sort of lining it up here. So you can see the white ring is sort of around the rough line, you know, and then just trying to line it up there. And so what we played was with the arrow and then mid minus 0.1 from 364. Which ended up to be 1-to-1 minus 0.1.
Perfect shot.
And this comes in really nice. I mean, we're not always going to get this, but we're going to be close with this. That's dead center. So just wanted to show that. I think I screwed up I didn't hit play on the video. Okay, so we're going to go to hole number 8. And on this hole here, we're going to go after these fucking 2 or 3 chests. I don't know. I should have filled those chests up on this account with 2 or 10. Anyway, so on this one here, I'm going to go with a QB. Do I have a QB in here? I changed it to the rocket. Okay, just 1 sec. Okay, so on hole 8, we're going to play for QB and Goliath, and we're going to go for the rough bump on the second. I hit it from 315. So I'm not so, all my QBs on my accounts are such different levels. I should have wrote down how much topspin on this first one. I'm a little worried of the drive of hitting it because this one's got a QB8 of going a little far. So, well, what I have is with a QB5, I just went with arrow, pushed up at the end, like, and had a touch of OP. So I think with this one, I'll just have no OP. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Great shot.
And then the Goliath rough bump. So the second shot is the key thing here. If you're, oh, this guy. Oh, it's alive. I thought he was dead. Okay, so the second shot is playing at least plus 40. I think with this lower wind will be fine. So I'm playing with a navigator. So we want to just be right down the middle there somewhere. So 3-6. So we'll play 3-8. Whoop, where am I going? And then push back up to max. Right there. And I think what I'll do is I'm just going to I'm going to try this and put my ball just on the lower triangles there. It's like the smallest OP.
Perfect shot.
And hopefully it's not too far. So that's really nice. So that's the QB8 shot. If you have a low level one like a QB4, you might have to play just a touch more OP than I did, but you don't want to go too far. But you do need to get it down there a bit to get the distance for this next shot. So the next shot, we're going to play the Goliath plus 40. Okay, so 3-6. I'm going to play... Oh, I forgot to look how long my drive was. Fuck. Okay, so I can't remember. I'm going to play 1.5 spin right to offset the wind. And maybe half a back. That's a little more than I want. Almost one back. Let's try something like that. The good thing about this shot is you're coming straight across the rough, so even if you hit great, you shouldn't miss the rough.
Perfect shot.
Oh. So you can see when I lined up for the last time there, I didn't quite get the 1.5 right, and that might have been the difference there. I think I would rather have my ball guide a little in front of the hole too, not through the hole, just because I don't have the great ball guide on that club, and the wind is going a little north on you. So I think if I could change that, I would play a touch more backspin and a touch more right spin. The other possibility too, I didn't write down my yardage, and I was surely further than I dropped at 315, I bet, which would make a difference that I probably shouldn't have been pulling quite into max. So a couple things to look at there and improve on. Okay, so here, this hole's been my nemesis. I'm playing with a Titan. This drive, I just keep hitting great left all the time. Don't know why, so I'm going to play maybe, let's see here, I just want 4 topspin, all the left I can. I'm going to play yellow sort of to the rough line there, so 3-7. It's weird that how the same holes seem to be the ones, you know, that screw you up. This hole has just been nothing but a nemesis for me.
Perfect shot.
So if you're playing with a ball with more left spin, don't play as much curl as I do. Well, at least we're safe. Okay, so let's write this yardage down. So 322, so I'm pretty far back. And I'm gonna have a bit of a difficult second shot, I think. All right, let's see where we are here. So 3-6, pretty straight down. So see how far we are here. So let's see, how many rings is that? So let's play all the top here. sliver left. So that's right at it, sort of. So I'm gonna play, what's that, 1, 2, 3 green squares short. And I'm gonna play it about 4-2 because we're pulling it backwards. And I have a feeling this will still go too far, but we'll see what happens.
Perfect shot.
Don't like playing so much topspin into this hole. Let's see, it's coming in hot, I think. Oh, pretty close.
Nice.
So maybe just a touch of offset there, but we're close. That's something to work with there. Okay, so minus 15 with a timeout, so that's pretty good. We'll take that. I mean, we'll take, you know, this will be a close to a winning score if we can duplicate this on the last day. So lots of drops. Hopefully it was helpful. I know some of these clubs are better, but the notes are coming from, you know, clubs at lower levels. I don't think, you know, I'm using a big topper, and you know all the levels of the big topper are about the same. You might have to, you know, hit one a little, excuse me, a little harder on hole, you know, on hole 6. Let's see here. I don't think there's much there though that these clubs are giving me really an advantage. So hopefully this was helpful, and we'll talk to you later.